Now at 6, counting down to the Iditarod. We're there as the Mushers Banquet starts.
And for the first time this month, snow falls in Anchorage. I'll let you know how much more we could see and your Iditarod weekend planner.
Almost 1 week after a fatal officer-involved shooting in Anchorage, police say the man killed was holding a gun to a hostage's head.
And new Juneau police video adding context to why police say they fatally shot a woman on Christmas Day.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
And we're following breaking news tonight.
APD has described a SWAT situation underway in Anchorage's Mountain View area. Let's take a live look at the area. It's the 600 block of North Flower Street. Police have released very little information, but are actively responding to the scene. Again, a live look in Mountain View.
And we're going to show you some previous video that we shot about a half an hour ago to show some of this police activity. And there you can see the police moving as well. It's a developing situation, and you can expect changes. But APD says keep your doors and windows shut if you have any respiratory problems, and stay updated about police action here. We'll update you as we get information on air and first on our website and mobile app. And we are learning more tonight about a deadly officer-involved shooting that happened last week at an Anchorage hotel.
Lauren Maxwell is live at the Hampton Inn. Lauren?
Yeah, police were called to the hotel at about a little before 4 a.m. last Friday, and I should say this is located right near Tudor and C Street. They say a man had barricaded himself inside a hotel room with several children, an adult woman, and also another man after they had tried to make contact with him. Now, police say the two other adults were able to communicate with them that the suspect had a gun. Over the course of several hours, Police Chief Sean Kay said officers heard a shot inside the room and that the suspect fired at them through the door. When they finally forced their way inside, they saw the suspect holding the woman on top of him with a gun pointed at her. When he didn't drop the weapon, Kay says they shot him. He says the fact that there were so many people in the room made it extremely difficult.
These types of calls are almost impossible, and that, is it time to go in, is it not time to go in, is it time to push, time to back off, is constantly being evaluated. And it, within a second, it can be a wrong move.
Now, the suspect did die at the scene. Fortunately, no one else was injured. And Chief Kay says there is body cam video that will be released within 45 days of the incident. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
Late this afternoon, Juneau police released body camera footage from the fatal Christmas Day officer-involved shooting. Now, we're going to show you about 48 seconds of video, starting with Officer Jonah Hennings Booth getting out of his squad car and engaging with the woman eventually shot and killed. She is 30-year-old Ashley Ray Johnston. Now, he was cleared by the state yesterday. Officer Hennings Booth and other officers can be heard on video at least 17 times telling Johnston to put down a hatchet and to stop before police shoot her. And you can hear her respond to those commands, telling police to shoot at least 6 times. You'll also hear and see an officer ask for a taser to be deployed and see flames on Johnston's chest. Juneau police say that she was wearing a lighter around her neck when the taser was used. Now, we will now play that 48 seconds in full so that you could hear unedited audio of the exchange in full. We've paused the video at just the moment Johnston is shot before she falls to the ground. And after that, we'll hear from Juneau police.
Put the hatchet down. Put it down. Put the hatchet down. Put the hatchet down. Shoot. Put it down. Put it down. Shoot. Put it down now. Shoot. I have her at gunpoint 1069. I've been done. Put it down. Put it down. Put down. Shoot. Put it down. Shoot. Put it down. If you can taser, taser. My blood. Put down the hatchet. Put down the hatchet. Put it down. Put down the hatchet. Put down the hatchet. Stop.
Unfortunately, with this one, when the officer used the taser, it struck a lighter that was hanging on Miss Johnston's around her neck on, I think, some kind of cord or rope or something. And because it did that, and that's what you see on the video is the flames, it didn't make contact with her body. So that ended up making the taser basically useless at that time. And the officer then has to reload and get a new cartridge. All that takes time, and they just didn't have time to be able to reload and try another shot with the taser.
Now, the Juneau Police Department said in a statement that they extend their condolences to her family. Yesterday, the Office of Special Prosecutors cleared Officer Henning's booth, saying the use of force was legally justified. We spoke more with JPD officials about the shooting. That conversation is tonight on the Late Edition.
A Fairbanks man has been charged with first-degree sexual assault following an incident at the city's downtown HopeLink warming center.
Charging documents say that after police spoke to the victim and her partner, the partner told them that he had found the suspect, Sequoia Gage Francis Fields, sexually assaulting the woman. Police say that he told them he'd been intoxicated, had blacked out, and did not know what he was doing. In a statement, warming center leaders called the situation regrettable, saying it's being reviewed.
Now, we have reached out to the public defender agency who's representing Francis Fields, but have not yet heard back. Francis Fields was previously charged with second-degree murder in the 2020 death of his girlfriend, but police tell us after a judge threw out his case, the case was dismissed.
The Anchorage Fire Department is trying to figure out what caused a multi-family home fire near West 34th and Oregon Drive this afternoon. The Anchorage Fire Department says calls came in just before 1, and more than a dozen fire units worked to put it out. We're told there are no injuries, but the flames serve as a reminder to make sure you have smoke alarms and they're working correctly.
The families of 3 Alaska Department of Natural Resources employees who were killed in a North Slope helicopter crash in 2023 have filed a lawsuit claiming negligence against Maritime Helicopters, Inc. The Alaska Beacon reports that the lawsuit claims the pilot was flying too low and that passengers and cargo were not weighed before departing Utqiagvik. Maritime declined to comment to the Alaska Beacon on the lawsuit. 3 geologists died on that flight, as well as the pilot.
And turning to weather, it finally came, snow in Anchorage.
That's right. A little strange sight, right? After nearly a month without it. But Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry joins us now. Melissa, any more snow coming? We'll take it.
There's a chance we could see another passing shower similar to what we saw this morning, but those chances will become lesser and lesser as we head into the weekend. This area of low pressure is still pretty impressive to our south. Mostly cloudy conditions here over Anchorage and temperatures right at that freezing mark, and will drop, of course, below freezing overnight tonight. Now, we're seeing a few isolated showers as you head up into the Susitna Valley, falling as snow. Also still seeing much more active conditions as you head out into the coastal areas of south central into southeast. More is coming, and you can see that area of low pressure responsible for the snow. It has a really big footprint spreading from the central Aleutians all the way through southeast, and as that lifts to the north, we are going to see very wet conditions for the coastal areas of south central, but once again, the mountains are going to block most, if not all, of that from moving into Anchorage. For the north, we do have some cloud cover from that same storm in the interior. 16 right now in Fairbanks, and still holding on to that Arctic air in Deadhorse, 32 below zero. Sending out to the west coast, 7 in Nome, 12 currently in Bethel. So again, active conditions continue for the southern coastline of the state. Very wet conditions through southeast tomorrow. You want to be prepared for heavy rain there. In Juneau, you'll see high temperatures reaching the upper 30s. Some light snow in Bethel in the low 20s. But again, mostly dry in Anchorage, completely dry in Fairbanks. Warming up, though. Fairbanks headed to the upper 20s. I'll show you how much warmer those temperatures will get heading into the weekend with that full statewide forecast here in a few minutes.
All right, Melissa, thank you. And still ahead, boosting the wood bison population in southwest Alaska. Why we could be seeing a change in numbers after decades of hard work.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Oh, so exciting. The countdown to Iditarod continues. The mushers just wrapped up the fan meet and greet and are heading in for the banquet.
That's where we find sports director Jordan Rodenberger.
Dog food, check. Extra booties, check. Wool socks, check. And now the meet and greet is off the checklist of the long list for mushers before they embark on a 1,000+ mile journey from Fairbanks to Nome starting on Monday. But first, we got to get the meet and greet out the way, which we did see fans from all over the world, hundreds, as the floodgate opened there earlier today. But now it is time for the banquet. We'll do some videos and eat some dinner, and then, of course, the bib draw, where we'll see where mushers will be exiting out in which order come that ceremonial start on Saturday. Mushers, I know, got a lot on their mind this week. This one, now they get the chance to relax, enjoy some food, and get those last preparations done before hitting the trail. Talking to mushers, the rookies seemed excited. This was their first time getting face-to-face with these fans. It was a great time for them. Veterans, they're just ready to get out on the trail, and of course, we'll be following along. We'll have more updates and the bib draw and mushing order later in the late edition, so be sure to stick around for that.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Hey, tonight we catch up with two Alaskan hockey players who not only made it D1, they're also eyeing professional careers. Beth Verge reports.
From the smaller practice sessions to the big game days, two Alaskans, Hunter Strand, a forward, and Zach Klusinski, a defenseman, have been teaming up for the past few years, suiting up for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish for their college careers.
I was just trying to play hockey as long as I could, and D1 was obviously a goal, but I understood the sacrifices that my parents were making, and then making Division I and earning a scholarship became my goal, just to kind of level or repay them in some way for what they sacrificed for me.
Both hailing from South Central, they hold close their times in Alaska.
I started hockey when I was 3. My dad was always my coach. He loves the sport. He was always my coach. He never got paid. So, I mean, he invested so much time and and money. And I knew I had to make it up to him. So I just grinded every day. And luckily enough, I was able to make it here. I'm grateful for that, grateful for him.
We get like a month, first half of the summer, and then we come down here for 6 weeks. And then I have kind of the back half, like another month, the end of summer, and then a week or 2 at Christmas. So.
Gotta go fishing.
Oh yeah. No, I'm sure the coaches here would like me doing a little less of that when I'm home, but yeah, I definitely try to pack it in every day.
Perhaps one day achieving their dreams of going pro. But for now, celebrating closing out this season at the place they've been calling home.
Hopefully we can go fishing when we get home sometime too.
And senior night takes place in South Bend tomorrow as the Irish put a bow on the current regular season with a series against number 3 in the nation, the Michigan State Spartans, this weekend.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.